What's up with all those Joe Namath commercials? He's talking to you about Medicare Advantage. J.J. Walker, Joe Montana. We're bombarded on TV trying to get you to enroll in Medicare Advantage. But is it the best option for you? Again, it depends on your situation. On today's episode, we're going to talk about Medicare Advantage in your decision making when it's time to enroll in Medicare. Before I get started, please like, share, and subscribe, and make sure if you have questions, you put them in the comments. So let's talk about Medicare Advantage. First and foremost, we talked previously in episode 1 about Original Medicare. Original Medicare is an 80-20 plan. We talked about Medicare supplements taking care of that 20%. Well, Medicare Advantage works a little bit differently. The government pays for your Medicare to be managed by the insurance companies under the Medicare Advantage platform. They actually send a check for over $800 a month. That's why you see so much TV advertisement trying to get you to sign up for Medicare Advantage. You don't see those commercials for Medicare supplements. It's all about Medicare Advantage. They want to get that $10,000 a year in the door. In exchange for that, or the companies out there nationally that are available are going to provide and take care of all of your health insurance needs. It's not part of Original Medicare anymore. They've passed the buck over to those insurance companies in the Medicare Advantage platform. What you're going to find, they're going to be more local and regionally based. Unlike Medicare supplements, it's not a national plan and a national availability of coverage. It's going to be more regionalized and localized to your community. If you live in a big metropolitan area with a lot of seniors and retirees, like down here where I am in South Florida, you're going to have very strong Medicare Advantage programs. But if you're more rural, out where not a lot of people, certainly not a lot of retirees, you're going to struggle to find really strong plans. So those are some of the drawbacks in Medicare Advantage. However, one of the big things people like about Medicare Advantage is it's relatively free. There's no cost to enroll in that outside of your Part B enrollment to Medicare directly. And depending on your income, some of those Medicare Advantage plans reimburse that plan, that Part B cost. However, one of the drawbacks in Medicare Advantage is you still have some financial exposure. As you need medical services, procedures, as your health gets maybe a little bit weaker over time and you start needing more and more services, you do pick up expenses along the lines. Where Medicare supplements are protecting you 100% from those costs, Medicare Advantage, I like to use the terminology, it's pay as you go versus not having to pay at all. So Medicare Advantage is free now. I should really say it's pay me now or pay me later. I'm paying for my Medicare supplement plan, but I have no exposure later. Medicare Advantage, not paying for it, but you're going to pay later. Now, if you're healthy and you never have problems, not going to be something that's going to hurt you financially out of pocket, but we do see people that will have to pick up expenses from time to time. Depending on your financial situation, Medicare Advantage certainly makes sense for a tremendous amount of the population out there. Remember, you got to go to ssa.gov 90 days before you're turning 65, get your Medicare card, your effective dates, work with your agents and enrollments, and then start to select and price out your options. You should always compare Medicare Advantage versus Medicare Supplement. Now, here's something you need to know. One of the things you need to be concerned about when selecting your Medicare choices between a supplement and an Advantage, you get, when you turn 65, your initial enrollment. That's that 90 days before, 90 days after your 65th birthday. Once you make that selection, then there's always an annual open enrollment, usually October 15th of every year, where you can make changes to your plans. A lot of people will take the Medicare Advantage because it's deemed to be free today, and then later on, when their health starts to change and they start to see these bills coming in, they realize maybe I'm better off over on a supplement. The problem is, if you didn't take a supplement on your initial enrollment, you have to go through underwriting and be insurable, just like a life insurance policy. They can decline you. The only time they can't decline you is when it's your initial enrollment. So where does this come into play? And again, this is something for the Medicare supplement people to pay attention to. If I have diabetes, if I've already had a cancer issue, if I've got MS and lupus, I've already moving into Medicare with pre-existing conditions, then you may not want to go to a Medicare Advantage plan. You may want to do the supplement because you're never going to get the opportunity to get onto a supplement again. So I think that's a key piece you want to make note of here in your selections. If you're healthy, you have no issues, you're economically, it's a good decision to go on Medicare Advantage for you cash flow wise, then you run the risk later if you need to go back on it, and so be it. You're already healthy, that's not a problem. But anybody who's not healthy or has pre-existing conditions, you probably want to go rewatch episode 1 on Medicare supplements. That's probably going to be the better option for you for your initial enrollment. Again, I hope you're getting value out of these episodes. Stay tuned for episode 3 next week. We're going to break down prescription drug plans. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a call at 844-PLANMAN if we could help you with any questions or problems that you're facing. Put your questions in the comments. Again, I'm your host, Bruce Weinstein, another episode of Ask the Plan Man. Thanks for joining me.